On this dance floor, what you there for? Gonna move. Yeah, it's so clear. Leave it all here, nothing to lose. In this desert, hot as hell, bruh. I got no water, there's been a drought. The way she's dancing, teaching lessons all around. Oh, wow.
Howdy folks, and welcome to this brand new episode of the Rochester Indie Musician Spotlight, Rochester's premier music and interview show. We're counting down to 50 regularly scheduled episodes this season, and it's the biggest yet, with the biggest names, the most sponsors, and the most support from the community as well. This is the 12th episode this season, number 49 overall. And joining us today is the musical nexus between old soul, new soul, and funk, the Elementals. We're going to talk to them in a sec, but first, let's hear from the people who make this show possible.
This episode was mixed by owner and operator of Wicked Squid Studios, Josh Pettinger. Please visit their website to find out how you can become a member of their studio today. This episode is brought to you by Bop Shop Records, Bernunzio Uptown Music, Rowe Photo, and Sound Source. Bernunzio Uptown Music, located in Rochester's East End, has been providing Rochester and the world with quality used string instruments since 1976. Bernunzio also offers concerts, workshops, and jam sessions. This season we're in this warm, local, and creative space, Bop Shop Records. Located right outside the city at 1460 Monroe Avenue, Bop Shop Records is your home for blues, classic rock, jazz, and classical in vinyl for the past 35 years. Rowe Photo is your Rochester home for photo, home theater installation, audio, and accessory needs. For 3 generations since 1898, Rowe Photo is there for you with second-to-none customer service. Stop by Rowe Photo's 2 convenient locations today. Trusted by musicians, recording engineers, and consumers, Sound Source is the place to go for instruments, gear, consignment needs, repairs, and to have all your questions answered by knowledgeable and friendly staff. Visit them at 161 Norris Drive for all things audio today. Additional support for the Rochester Indie Musician Spotlight comes from 3 Heads Brewing and Joe Bean Coffee Roasters.
Right, edit out this break. We have to wait a minute and 30 seconds. No, just kidding. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's just make sure we know everybody in the Elementals. Right in front of me, right here, is the artist currently known as Harper Sinclair on vocals, George Miller on guitar, Zach Colton on bass, and the lefty legend himself, Chris Dembiotis. Dembiotis.
Hardly a legend.
Chris Dembiotis. Let's go in a little bit of a circle here and talk about maybe where you're from, musical influences, how you got started in music. Harper, let's start with you.
Oh, man. So I am a Rochester transplant, fortunately. So I grew up in Buffalo, New York, about a hop, skip, and a jump away. And yeah, so I came to Rochester for school over at RIT in 2010 and fell in love, you know, didn't ever want to go back. And as far as my musical influences, it runs the gamut pretty much. I mean, anybody from Stevie Wonder to Tony to, you know, I love jazz stuff, you know, and even modern stuff like, you know, Drake, Kendrick Lamar. It's like a lot of stuff that I listen to influences me, you know, in subtle ways. I try and curate what I listen to in that way. But
right.
Tons of different influences.
And when did you start singing?
Oh, man. Well, well, I guess I started singing back in, I say, first grade or so. Right. And one of the teachers gathered us around, and we were singing one of these, you know, outreach to the children songs, like the celebrities are on, you know, I am here, like one of those songs.
Like a telethon song or something?
Yeah. So, and they gathered us around, and I guess it was the hot thing to do at the time. But I just had a really good time. Like I was in the back row, because I was kind of a tall kid. And yeah, just singing my heart out. And like from that point on, I just always just kept it up. Yeah, it's always been kind of therapeutic, like a release, like an escape for me. Yeah.
Totally, and just gravitating to a mic whenever you find it.
Oh, definitely.
Exactly. George, let's go to you.
I'm a Rochester native, and I guess I'm probably similar. Like, influences are all over the map, anywhere from, you know, a lot of funk stuff, Stevie and Jamiroquai, James Brown, to like guitar player Hendrix. And then I definitely come from a lot of jazz, like Coltrane and Miles.
Yeah, stuff. You know, we were really digging on some Eric Dolphy earlier too.
Yeah. That's why this is a great place.
Yeah, that's right. We do the stuff that you can't find everywhere else. So when did you start playing guitar?
I've been playing since I was 12. Started off playing like a lot of rock stuff, and then got into like classical jazz, and just kind of went through pretty much
Right.
a lot of
And I'm sure your classical teachers will be very happy to see you playing funk with all those pedals. It's okay. You've come full circle. It's all right. Zach, let's go to you, man.
Sure. Not from Rochester, but got here as soon as I could. Born
Me
and
too.
raised in Troy, New York.
Yeah.
Grew up as a kid playing piano and switched to bass as soon as I could, and started a punk rock band with my friends. High school I had a band called the Vultures, and we played punk rock and ska and all that good stuff. Yep, and I moved to Rochester to go to college, got into jazz, fusion, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Left town for a while and got into working bands, playing covers, and just busy working.
Yeah.
And kind of been doing that really for the last 15 years or so, and doing little side projects here and there when I can, but it always comes back to jazz and fusion, just creating fun music.
All right. Well, we're glad you've been doing it. Sounding great as always. And Chris, let's bring us home, man.
All right. Born and raised Rochester, New York. I started playing drums at 12, but my music experience was earlier than that.
Yeah.
My first memories were singing along to my dad's 45s. He would go to Toronto frequently and pick up all the Greek music from his favorite artists when he was still growing up in Greece, and would bring those, and that was what we listened to around the house. So that was my first memories. I started piano lessons at 6. We meant to start doing that. We meant to continue that, but we moved to Greece. It's the longest story that I've regaled with these guys. They don't want to hear it again. So my dad basically was always wanting to move us back to Greece because that's where all the extended family lives, but it didn't work out, so we moved back. That's the short of it. And then when we came back is when I started playing drums. The neighbor across the street was playing drums in the garage when my dad was trying to work 16-hour days, trying to get us going again and taking naps, and the kid across the street playing drums in the garage. But it piqued my interest, and I just realized how easy it was for me. The instrument felt easy, even though obviously all the coordination, all that stuff. It was just an easy, I would put 2 and 2 together, the puzzle worked for me. And that was it, off to the races. Yeah. My first time I listened to jazz was an eye-opening experience. It was a John Coltrane tune. My first time I listened to Zappa, that was also an eye-opening experience. So those influences, later Miles came in later. I kind of went around with, I was looking around at the drummers, who the drummers were playing with these groups. So I was kind of following them. So I'm a big Billy Cobham fan. I'm a big Dave Weckl fan, which got me into Chick Corea, which got me into Return to Forever. I went backwards. I started with the electric band in the 80s, went back to the 70s, Lenny White and all that stuff. So
that's the best way to do it, is to work backwards.
So all my friends were listening to Nirvana and Pearl Jam, and I was listening to that stuff too. Yeah. But then on the flip side, I was listening to Chick Corea Electric Band and Return to Forever and Mahavishnu Orchestra. And I had actually enough technical acumen to kind of play those a little bit as well. Yeah. I didn't attempt to, but I could.
On this dance floor, what you there for? Gonna move. Yeah, it's so clear. Leave it all here. Nothing to lose. In this desert, hot as hell, bruh. I got no water. There's been a drought. The way she's dancing, teaching lessons all around. Oh, wow.
Well, one of the things I think is cool about this group is it really comes across in how you guys play. It's a combination of influences.
It really is.
From everybody, and we'll talk about that, right about now. So when did the band first come together?
You want to take this one?
We need to talk about
let's
George.
talk
About a band called Audio Influx.
Yeah, I guess you can kind of think of it as like that. Well, me and Christos kind of, after Audio Influx kind of winded down, we just knew we wanted to do something, and we just weren't sure, so we just kind of jammed for a little while at the studio that I have until kind of all the pieces kind of put together. So I'd say there was like a year before it was even maybe even the Elementals, you know.
Right.
And then actually, I found these guys' ad on Craigslist.
Yeah.
I was in a different band at the time, and just like fishing for another band to play with, to jam with, like new experiences and stuff. Craigslist, right? You know, it's like either get murdered or like find a wonderful band, you know, or whatever you're looking for.
Those are only those two options.
Right? No in
course
between.
We're so used to it.
And we touched on this with the combining of different influences. One of the things I love about the Elementals, I know everyone else does, it's part familiar, it's part new, and the way you synthesize your songwriting and then into a sound that's fresh and familiar, I think is a very interesting take. Can you kind of take us into the rehearsal space and how you write a tune and then how you come up with arrangement for it?
I got this. So, usually George and I will come up with melody and harmony to the song. We'll come up with some ideas.
Yeah.
Some parts, and we can't quite figure them out. Then we hand them over to the arranger.
Ah.
He's just sitting back there being cool. And he actually has a really good knack for recognizing which parts are more like a chorus, which are a verse. And he kind of gives us just enough direction to like let us still be creative. And then usually we'll bring that to Harper, and he'll work on the vocals on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, sometimes happens the complete other way. Harper will come in with a vocal idea and a little bit of a melody, and we just take it from there. That's a kernel.
Right, and that, I was going to say, that's sort of the opposite of how you usually expect a singer-fronted band to do it. A singer has an idea for a melody or lyrics, and the band works around it. But it's like that working backwards thing we talked about.
It is a lot, yes. George usually comes up with, there's a couple of riffs that George has. He's got like a compendium of riffs that he's kind of amassed over the years, and they're all really nice riffs. And then we decide, we say, all right, we listen to a couple of them and say, oh, hey, that riff that you played 5 minutes ago and the riff we were just playing now, they sound good together. Let's see if that works.
Right.
And that's like, we're kind of putting everything in a puzzle, in a piece.
Yeah.
And then we say, oh, I only want to do it 4 times. I only want to do it 8 times. I don't want to do it any time.
Ranger danger.
Right.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you get 2 bonus points, Chris, because not only did you use a $5 word compendium, but you also came up with a new band name that's going on the master list, Compendium of Riffs. So good job. You got the rare spotlight
Nice.
twofer. So congratulations. That's a big one. And we were talking about this as we were getting everything set up. You guys are working on some recording projects with our friend Matt Ramerman. Anything you want to tease about that for us?
Well, we got some really good stuff in store. We're gonna play a few songs tonight, and we really just want this project to be the culmination and introduction of I guess what we're putting out, the sound that we're putting out. So that's kind of the goal for us here.
Your ways are so dramatic, as far as I can see. I'd like to make arrangements for you to conquer me. New to the scene, couldn't get any greener. Beautiful dreamer, you I'd like to linger on the cooler side of town, because that's where it's going down. Please, yes, me some type of spill.
Can't ask for anything more. Okay, these guys got through most of the questions, so good job, guys. You lived through it. So we're at the last part. This is the lightning round. But feel free to take your time. I really need to get buzzers. I do. It's on the master list of equipment to get,
That would be
and
pretty sweet.
it would be. You're telling me.
Shot collars, you know.
Jeez, dude. That went from 0 to 60 so fast.
No.
But it's the lightning round. But feel free to take your time whenever you come up with an answer. These are big picture questions, so just chime in when you have something. If you could accomplish one thing in music and be happy, what would it be?
To evolve music, to be part of something new, to like, be part of like a new evolution. Like be in jazz when jazz was made, or be in funk when funk was made.
Yeah, you want to be a revolution, George.
Yeah.
I can see the fierceness in your eyes. You want to be a revolution.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Anyone else have anything they want to
I'd
chime in?
like to have a list. I'm in a more in the short term for myself. I really like to have in the studio process where we say what songs are we going to put on this album? Are we making an album? Are we making a single? Are we making all those things laid out? and then we record, we track, we master, we mix, all that stuff, and then we have a finished product, either in CD or in download form. Now everything's downloaded. I mean, this is a welcome sight.
Yeah.
True.
Stores like this, definitely, you know, where people see CDs and they go, what is that? Or, you know, there's no optical drive in our laptops anymore. So to have that finished product, to say this is a lot of work. The work that we put into this is what you're hearing.
Yeah, that's good. Anyone else have anything?
Yeah, I think I'm with Christos. You know, to work on something where it's like it's a music project, but it's kind of like, I liken it to a statue, right? Or a statue that you're chiseling out of marble or something. Right? You might work on it, but it's a lot of effort and a lot of hours spent just imagining it, right? And then realizing it too. But bringing that into the music realm, right? Just if I guess one of the big things that I would love to accomplish is just throw budget out of the window and just get in the studio and really just create. We
can all let's all go to our happy places and think about that. For a second. All right, let's move on to the next question here. I think you guys have good perspective on this. A lot of you guys are working musicians. What makes Rochester such a great place for original music?
I don't know. I think there's just so many incredible musicians. First and foremost, I mean, like, I've been in situations like a good example that Jimi Hendrix showed. It was like being in a room full of 30, 40. It felt like a musician's camp or something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not even just that. There's just so many incredible musicians. Things like Eastman, I'm sure draws a lot of good musicians. But I just feel very thankful and fortunate to grow up around so many incredible musicians.
Yeah.
I've noticed the people think that there are cliques, like there's a clique of one kind of music, or you can't play. Tonight, this venue is playing this style of music. You can't mix that style with this style. I haven't seen too much of that. I mean, many of the groups kind of follow their own track, so to speak. But I mean, everyone is. What I like about the scene is that everybody is really nice. And everybody has a common goal. It's like to play great music and to perform it for each other and perform it to great audiences. That's what I like. It's a healthy competition, if you will.
Right. There's a lot going on, but everyone's got a piece of it.
Working together.
I dig it. We got one more for you. Do you have any advice for aspiring artists? Spill it, Zach. Come on, you go.
That's the most cynical laugh.
I was going to say something witty about, get a good day job first.
I say, man, just do it. Like, just start. Just get something down. Record it or start writing. Just start, right? Because a lot of people, I feel like I talk to a lot of people and they look at this like it's something they can never, realize in themselves, right? But if you have a song in your heart, so to speak, right? Not to be cliche, but if you got something that you want to get out, you want to say in a musical way, just start doing it, and then other people are inspired by your emotion, your activity, right? So just by you starting, you pull other people into your orbit, so to speak, right, and create greater things. So just start doing it.
Right. I think this is the second or third astronomy reference on this show, but we call that coalescence. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. I'm Dan Gross, and thank you so much for watching this episode of the Rochester Indie Musician Spotlight. And without further ado, the Elementals.
This episode was mixed by owner and operator of Wicked Squid Studios, Josh Pettinger. Please visit their website to find out how you can become a member of their studio today. This episode is brought to you by Bop Shop Records, Bernunzio Uptown Music, Rowe Photo, and Sound Source. Bernunzio Uptown Music, located in Rochester's East End, has been providing Rochester and the world with quality used string instruments since 1976. Bernunzio also offers concerts, workshops, and jam sessions. This season we're in this warm, local, and creative space, Bop Shop Records. Located right outside the city at 1460 Monroe Avenue, Bop Shop Records is your home for blues, classic rock, jazz, and classical in vinyl for the past 35 years. Rowe Photo is your Rochester home for photo, home theater installation, audio, and accessory needs. For 3 generations since 1898, Rowe Photo is there for you with second-to-none customer service. Stop by Rowe Photo's 2 convenient locations today. Trusted by musicians, recording engineers, and consumers, Sound Source is the place to go for instruments, gear, consignment needs, repairs, and to have all your questions answered by knowledgeable and friendly staff. Visit them at 161 Norris Drive for all things audio today. Additional support for the Rochester Indie Musician Spotlight comes from 3 Heads Brewing and Joe Bean Coffee Roasters.
Listen, on this dance floor, what you there for? Gonna move. Yeah, it's so clear. Leave it all here, nothing to lose. In this desert, hot as hell, bruh. I got no water, that's been a drought. The way she's dancing, teaching lessons all around. Oh wow, body slide from side to side. Fashion thighs can go all night. When we hit the floor, there's still yeah, yeah. Come on. Don't call the cops now. Don't call the cops now. Don't call them. Whoa, no. 'Cause we came to party. We came to jam. We came to dance. Oh. 'Cause we came to dance. 'Cause we came to jam. Oh. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My full attention to keep from falling down into trenches. Feel me slipping to new dimensions. Where have I found myself now? Found a feather, now I'm flying. Ate some fungi, life supplying. Ladder climbing, I'm a giant. What a wicked ride, right down the drain. Can't catch me, I'm too quick now, right down the drain. Oh, right down the drain. Can't catch me, I'm too quick now, I bend away. Found my star. Suspended, garnish it, but consciousness hasn't lost its grip yet. Oh yeah, yeah. Platforms keep spinning. I gotta be. Said I got to be driven. 8-bit elements I'm made of. Tell me there's nothing that I should be afraid of. I won't let them push me around. Can't catch me, I'm too quick now, right down the drain. Up and away. Can't catch me, I'm too quick now, right down the drain. Found my star. One away. Oh, one away. just a few of her many symptoms. Oh, mine was just one glimpse and lost control of all my systems. Sweet just like cinnamon, with 99 lives worth of living. You got me contemplating your source, sweet origin. Yeah, love just like thunder. You steady make me wonder, wonder. Heart of flutter, I lay and wonder if olive oil and almond butter are what you're made of. What you're made of. When I touch your hand, lovely skin, a skin so silky, and I swear that was it, man. See, I was trapped like quicksand, and if I had some more than frequent flyer miles, I'd use them to be by your side and brighten your sky till the end of time, end of time. Love just like thunder. You said it make me wonder, wonder. What you're made of, what you're made of. So many angles. My precious angel done dirtied up a halo. blame you, and I'm the only one to blame. Your ways are so dramatic, as far as I can see. I'd like to make arrangements for you to conquer me. New to the scene, couldn't get any greener. Beautiful dreamer, you I'd like to linger on the cooler side of town, because that's where it's going down. This can't be some type of spell. This must be no good for my health. Take me to your heaven, and I know hell I need rescue, some type of help. When I was ready to doze off, she was taking the assumptions I made back then. It seems that I was mistaking you for a good girl. Under my skin, they took me on to a new world. Yeah, you took me on. Check it. Sweet and down, sweet and down, sweet and down, sweet some kind of magic, know how to conjure me. Fantastic actions back and forth, we're trading wildest fantasy. So many times, so many ways. Oh, yeah. Come on the cooler side of town, because that's where it's going down. It must be some type of spell. This can't be too good for my health. Take me to your heaven, and I know hell I need rescue, some type of help. When I was ready to doze off, yeah, she was taking the assumptions I made back then. It seems that I was mistaking you for a good girl, yeah. Under my skin, if you took me on to a new world. You took me on.
This episode was mixed by owner and operator of Wicked Squid Studios, Josh Pettinger. Please visit their website to find out how you can become a member of their studio today. This episode is brought to you by Bop Shop Records, Bernunzio Uptown Music, Rowe Photo, and Sound Source. Bernunzio Uptown Music, located in Rochester's East End, has been providing Rochester and the world with quality used string instruments since 1976. Bernunzio also offers concerts, workshops, and jam sessions. This season, we're in this warm, local, and creative space, Bop Shop Records. Located right outside the city at 1460 Monroe Avenue, Bop Shop Records is your home for blues, classic rock, jazz, and classical in vinyl for the past 35 years. Rowe Photo is your Rochester home for photo, home theater installation, audio, and accessory needs. For 3 generations since 1898, Rowe Photo is there for you with second-to-none customer service. Stop by Rowe Photo's 2 convenient locations today. Trusted by musicians, recording engineers, and consumers, Sound Source is the place to go for instruments, gear, consignment needs, repairs, and to have all your questions answered by knowledgeable and friendly staff. Visit them at 161 Norris Drive for all things audio today. Additional support for the Rochester Indie Musician Spotlight comes from 3 Heads Brewing and Joe Bean Coffee Roasters.
You see, I knew right when I saw you that I should have phoned her love. She broke all the rules. And then she sat down in my lap. I was pretty sure that it was magic, the way she played her tune. I said, what can I do for you? And she was like, whatever you want to. She had a fire in her eyes, her body sweet with perfume. You know what I want, don't you? Got a million miles, but not a second to lose. And she grabbed my hand and made me an offer I could not refuse. She said, that's right, hold me, kiss me, lovely, tell me, baby, you're my only. She hit me with the nights not getting any younger, and neither are we. Oh, lady, would it be alright if I can get another night? Cause ever since the things we did, I haven't felt a thing like this. There ain't nothing, no, that I wouldn't do for just another touch. Now I woke up feeling sedated from my spot she had vacated as I looked around. Now in my heart I'm feeling jaded. My mind is all cascaded with thoughts of where she could be found. Giving me all I wanted, used and abused. Moonlight had turned to dawn. You left me no clues, no lipstick on my mirror. Them lovely sounds still hear ya. Now I'm sure that I need a little more. Oh, that's right. Hold me, kiss me, love me, tell me, baby, you're my only. She hit me with the nights not getting any younger, and neither are we. Oh, lady, would it be alright if I can get another night? Cause ever since the things we did, haven't felt a thing like this. There ain't nothing, no, that I wouldn't do for just another touch. Lady, would it be alright if I can get another night? Cause ever since the things we did, haven't felt a thing like this. There ain't nothing, no, that I wouldn't do for just another touch. Where did you go? Why can't I find you? Wouldn't know where to start. They say the stars are endless, the universe is widening. Tonight the reason I sing in hopes you are listening is, girl, I'm insisting. That's right, hold me, kiss me, lovely, tell could go on and on. When I see her coming, my heart takes off, running like some Martian Cupid shot me with his laser gun. Oh, make it sacred, never could mistake it. Just within my grasp, momentary lapse, back when space and time, pleasure paralyzed. Look into my eyes and remember, oh, she's my diva, golden like C3PO, and I won't let her go. And no, I won't, no, and I keep her open till I go. The explosion from them hips, baby. She's so damn hip, it's crazy. Yeah. My golden, the chosen one. Within my grasp, momentary lapse, back when space and time, pleasure paradise. Look into my eyes. rocket fuel, hit a stride, now we on the move. Yeah, yeah. Levitate on the moon, float away, feel the groove, getting there. the time is due. Waiting on the sunrise, it's about the time. I can feel it's brighter now, beautiful light, yeah. Life is like a miracle, life is like a miracle. I'm alive, what about you? Life is like a miracle, take my chances, fear is gone. Baby, I'm alive, what about you? Wish you well, just like the sun was giving out, something like golden hugs. There's wisdom here, come get a pearl. Yeah, yeah, go on and do what you will. On the way, I hope it's clear. It never is, but yet it's still. Hey, waiting on that moonlight. It's about the time. I can feel it's warmer now. Beautiful, beautiful life. Life is like a miracle. Life is like a miracle. Baby, I'm alive. What about you? Hey, life is like a miracle. Take my chances, fear is gone. Baby, I'm alive. What about you? And you, yeah. They got a rocket in my pocket and I'm ready to blow. Tired of watching and I'm waiting and I'm ready to go, yeah. I got a passion, got a pleasure that I'm feeling inside. I like to savor every second of this beautiful life. 'Cause we here. Put your phone down if you here. Are you here? Yeah. Are you here? Yeah. 'Cause we here. Are you here? Yeah. Are you here? Yeah. See, this is part of the show where we like to bring it down, bring it low, bring it down, and take it slow because life is like a miracle. Take my chances, my fear is gone. Come and rock with me, rock with me, rock with me, yeah. Life is like a miracle. Take my chances, my fear is gone. Rock with me, yeah. I said life is like a miracle. Take my chances, my fear is gone. Rock with me, yeah. Rock with me. I said life is like a miracle. Take my chances, my fear is gone. Rock with me, rock with you, rock with you, you and you and you and you. Life is like a miracle. used to it, child. Never ever gonna try. Ocean water tastes like tears. It's okay to cry, my dear. Oh, drifting in a raft, and I don't care if I make it back from you. From you. Heartbreak cyclone, here we go, spinning around. You can try and catch your heartbreak cyclone, tears in your eyes. Better get used to it, child. Never ever gonna try. Ooh, yeah. Heartbreak cyclone. Heartbreak. On this dance floor, what you there for? Gonna move. Yeah, it's so clear. Leave it all here. Nothing to lose.